Okay, so the thing I'm going to show you today, so you probably saw the pictures. It's kind of colorful cocoon. I don't know how to read it properly. Here you can see it can be pendant like this, or a pendant like this, or of course it can be brooch finally. It's also possible when you try it for the first time, you can go for something like this to join two pieces together and to connect it with beads, like on this one. Or you can go for very simple, but I still think that very effective line. Just colors and the shape, okay, nothing else. So first you need to prepare a piece of scrap clay and make a roll out of the scrap clay, rather thick roll. I've already prepared that. And what you need to do is to make points or tips at the ends, like this. And then you cut and I need to make the tip on the other side too. So it's actually the scrap base we are going to cover with the colors, with the Skinner blend sheet. Okay, so something like this. It's rather thick. It has like maybe 2 centimeters or 1.5 centimeter here. But now we take a blade and cut it in halves like this. Okay, so you have 2 pieces, both usable. And now we need to flatten it. So you go with your fingers and flatten both sides like this. Both sides. I don't worry about the shape right now, though it's practical to have kind of sketch so you can imagine how you will curve it, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary. So we need to flatten it. Okay, we need to make it wider and flatten the whole thing. For your first piece, I recommend you to go for a big shape. It will be easier to cover if you go for a big shape. And also not to make it so curvy. Okay, so now I take a tile, small tile. I will cure the piece on a tile. And now you curve it on the tile as you wish. Okay, so this is rather symmetrical, so I would go for something less symmetrical. And you want the clay to stick on the tile, so you press it, and now you can just perfection the shape on the tile. And as I said, you want it to rather, so it is rather flat and regular. Okay, so let's say something like this. Maybe for the first time you go for a really simple shape like this. But later, of course, you can go for really carvy piece. So that's the scrap clay base. And now we need to prepare a Skinner blend. There is no rule how to, I mean, what color combination to use. You can really use whatever colors you like. I usually would do that. I go in the similar shades of colors and go from dark to light. But it's really not a rule. You can go whatever. And what I found out that look really nice on this piece is when you do Skinner blend like this, that you go from light to dark and then to light again. It's this piece, and I think it looks really nice on the piece. Okay, here's just another example of the color combinations. So that is the Skinner blend. I'm going to use turquoise one. Surprise, surprise. And I prepare it on the thickest setting on my Imperia pasta machine. I think on Atlas it's the second thickest, approximately. But you want the clay to be rather thick. And you cut it, never mind. You need double layer. Okay, so you put on top of each other, so you have double layer of the Skinner blend. And now you cut about 1 centimeter stripe. Oh. Okay, so 1 centimeter stripe of the Skinner blend. Now you need to run it through the pasta machine in this direction, okay, like this. So you have long stripe. I go number 6 first. See, now it's longer. And then I go number 1, which is my thinnest setting on my Imperia. I think on Atlas it will be like 2nd or 3rd thinnest setting. So you will get really long and thin stripe of clay. Okay, so that's what you got. Really long and thin stripe. Now it is necessary to cut it in half. So I use my scalpel knife, and it's not necessary. It doesn't have to be regular. Okay, so you don't have to measure it or do it with the ruler. Really, no need. You just cut it in half like this. If you have small shape, the scrap clay shape, usually 1 stripe will be enough to cover the whole piece. If you make bigger one, then it's really practical to have prepared 2 pieces like this, like I'm doing. Okay, so never mind the end now. Then you take your scrap clay piece, and we start to cover. I won't take gloves now, but I think it's practical to use latex gloves for this step, because the clay is really thin and the fingerprints are visible, but it's really up to you. And okay, you can choose if you start from the dark color or light color and whatever, and you start to cover. What is really important to remember is that you always have to go with the right angle to the shape. Right angle to the shape, like this. Okay. You can't go, you have to change the direction according to the shape. Tools that is really handy to have is the scalpel knife and this silicone, any silicone or maybe even metal tool, but I think silicone tool is really good for this. And you start to cover. First piece that you cover, Okay, cover like this and cut. Sometimes it's necessary to cut from both sides. Sometimes it's just enough to cut from one side. Okay, now you can see how my hands are shaky. I hope you see what I'm doing. Is it visible? Is it okay?
Jenom tam vidíme i hlavu tvoje, tak možná jenom...
Okay, jo, pardon. Okay, so you go and cover. You put the stripe approximately 2 millimeters. The next one, you lay the next one 2 millimeters from the already layered. And now you can see how I am changing the direction. And now the silicone tool. The silicone tool is good to use to push the clay on the sides so it sticks together. So there are no gaps. Okay, so now I cut and push it together with the silicone tool. Okay, so now I don't know how long to continue, but probably doesn't have to go too much. It's just for you to see. Sometimes you need to cut just one side. Sometimes you have to cut both sides. Always stick it together, but don't press these parts because you will distort the nice structure that it's making on the piece. Okay, so it doesn't really matter if you cut first and then you push it together with the silicone tool, or like you do it. Okay, so you continue like this. The color will change with the stripe as it goes with the Skinner blend. If you finish with the first piece, then you take the other one and just continue till the end. And I have one already nearly finished for you, so you can see the finish too. See, I've got the stripe. And always use the silicone tool to push it together from sides. Okay, now again, I have to think about that the shape is curvy, so I have to think about it.
Evo, já mluvám jenom, že hlavu ti vidíme
Zase
často.
hlava. Jo, pardon. Okay, I'm sorry you see my hand. I know it's not what you want to see. Okay, so and see how I'm cutting according to the line of the scrap base. Now I need to use this tool. And you see it's good to shape the tip when you are finishing covering the piece. And also what is really practical to do, the last piece you're going to lie is, this is my last piece, I will lie here, and I cut it so it is smaller, okay, like this. Okay, maybe even one more. Again, silicone tool to shape it. And yes, now this is the last one. Okay, shape it to the point, to the tip, like this, and cut. Okay, so this was quick layering the clay, the Skinner blended clay on the base. And now, of course, I think it would work like this, like really simple shape, but we want to add some interesting, I don't know, some pieces to it. So what I like to do is to add these kind of balls or flowers. So for that, I like to use little different colors than are on the Skinner blend. Okay, it can be completely contrasting or whatever colors you like. I make a roll of the clay, then I make a ball. And then it's good to have tools like this. Okay, I have it really, really dirty. I hope you can't see how dirty my clay is. Now you need to choose the right size for doing that, and then you shape. Okay, I'm sure you all have done this. See, I'm shaping with the tool, I'm shaping a little ball. And of course, I need to check if the size is okay, if the colors are nice. Okay, so this one could go here or it could go here. I have already prepared. I have it ready, so you see it. Okay, yes. You don't put these balls together. You do it like this, so you put and stick the first one, then you go for the other and go. Okay, so this is my plan. Okay, this is my plan, like this and like this, like this, like this. And here I will put a little bead to this ball. Okay, so let's go. It's really okay. So now with the stylus, I push it together with this piece, so it sticks together, and you can also press so it sticks to the tile. Okay, like this. Now I will take the other ball, put it in there. If you need to, put it in the middle of it, of course. So something like this. And again, press with this ball stylus so it sticks together. Now this one goes in. Okay, I hope you can see how my hands are still. Okay, let's say this is in the middle. So another stylus, press it in, and then the ball. Can you see I have got small ball with a needle pin in, so it sticks into the clay. Okay, it's not with the help of glue, but it should stick in the clay, and put it put it to the clay like this. Okay. Okay, so that's it. And now the other one, again with the ball stylus, and press it to the shape and to the tile. Put another one in. Okay. In the middle, come on. Okay, let's say this is in the middle, press it in, and then I've got just small one here and here. And this is what goes to the oven. And when it's baked, it's necessary to do the back. Okay, so the clay I use for the back is the same as you used for the Skinner blend for the front side. I think it looks just best. And there is a reason I use the same clay, because the edges are not regular. They are irregular. So the bottom clay can go up or can be visible from the front. So if you use the same clay, the same Skinner blend as you used for the front, also here, then it won't be visible, or it won't be a problem that the clay from the back can be visible a little bit. Okay, so for covering the back, I've got another piece prepared. And what you need to do is to shape the Skinner blend so it is the same size as the piece you are creating. Okay, the usual size of my Skinner blend, originally it was this long, but it's too long, so you need to make it smaller so it just fits the piece. It's middle setting. On Imperia I use number 4, but it's just middle setting. And what I always like to do for the back is using texturing sponge and texture the clay. So I will run it through the pasta machine, number 4. Okay, now we need to use any kind of liquid clay, of course, so it sticks together. Okay, like this. And put it on the clay. Now, cutting this clay off is the tricky part. It's really tricky part because the edges are not regular, so it takes some time. What I do is that I cut like this first, and then I take it to hands and do it in my hands. Okay, first I just press the whole surface so there are no air bubbles. You can also press more on the edges. Now, if the structure is distorted by this shaping, you can do this and renew the texture. And then you take the scalpel knife and just go around. And this really takes time. It's not that easy like with the shape when you cut it with the cutter or any regular shape, but still it's okay. I won't do the whole process, but just one side. Okay, so first I cut the excesses and then I turn it around and cut with a little bit of angle. Okay, angled cut, so it's not with the angle. I think you know what I mean. I hope. And you have to go all around. Be careful not to cut into the piece, into the front side of it. Okay, so I really won't do the whole process because you don't want to see that. After I cut it with the angle, like this, again, I take the texturing sponge and texture it. When you feel you are ready, you check from the front side again, so there are no scrap in there stick somewhere, or if it's not too visible from the front. Okay. Now you can bake it without adding any metal pieces or any components. But for example, if you want to have a brooch or pin, then you need to add the piece to the clay now. So what I would do, okay, just a sec, just a quick getting rid of this clay. Okay, yes, that's it. Okay, so if I wanted to have a pin, I would just make a print of the metal piece. See, I've got marked when I need to cut. Then I would cut out the clay, take it away. I would use super glue, a little bit of super glue, insert it in, and then we can use the same clay we cut out to cover the pin. And okay, I usually use another tool for this, but I didn't prepare it. Okay, perfect, Eva. But I think you generally know what I mean. Now we need to make the seam completely disappear, and then you texture again, so the pin is there. If you wanted the pendant like this, it's a pin I make from the wire, but you can also use, it looks like this, if you see it. Okay. But you can use any metal piece that you buy, you know. And it's just put in the clay and mask the seams. Okay, I really miss the tool. I don't know where it is now, so this is really not good. Okay, the wire here and here must get completely invisible. So then it looks like this. Or what you can do after baking, okay, after baking, you can do this type of hanging, and these are drilled holes with the hand drills to the piece, and then the Buna cord is glued in. So it's if you wanted to have a pendant like this, or what is maybe the easier way to hang it in this direction is to drill 2 holes and glue an O-ring in, so you can put any Buna cord in this. Okay, so this is another shape. I was playing with the shape, so this is another thing I tried. I don't know, for me it's too regular, but it also could work. And for inspiration, I also wanted to show you the first pieces when I was designing or making this design. These were the first pieces. Okay, so first I went for kind of a cone, but that didn't work for me. Maybe it will work for you. Something I just, you know, you need to imagine or something here. This is what I imagined there, but it really didn't work for me. Or you can go for something like this. So I think this layering of the thin Skinner blended stripe, you can lay it on any shape. You can imagine your own use. I think the technique is variable. You know, you don't have to go for definitely this one shape I was showing you. You can go for different shapes. You can make it much more decorative, or you can really go for a simple design like this. For me, this is totally working just as it is. No decorations needed. Just a brooch or a pendant. Okay. This is the same decoration as I showed you. It's just a little smaller, and it's put in between these 2 shapes. These beads here, they are on the wire. The wire is just glued in. See, it doesn't have the back, so it's just I would need to finish this piece. If it were green, it would be just a leaf, just a really nature piece. Okay, so I think that's all. I really hope I showed you everything I should. Aničko, ukázala jsem to všecko, dává to smysl?
Ano. And now if you have maybe questions, because normally you also have questions, then here is the opportunity. And if you don't mind using the opportunity that I'm the facilitator, I have my first question. Can you tell us, as it's in your list, you said that you suggest 5 colors, and can you explain us, maybe if you have in front of you some colors prepared, how you put them together for those who might not know the Skinner blend how to make? So how you put next to each other, just to have it?
Okay, well, I'm not ready. You know, I would need some clay conditioned, like separate 5 pieces of clay, and I don't have. I don't have prepared that. I thought like the Skinner blend is really something basic.
No, but this in
can.
Particular case, maybe you can just put there just next to each other, like to show the colors. You don't have to cut them, but that plus minus, abychom viděli, víš, jako, co to je, jako takhle, vidíš, a řekne, že si začala tady bylo, potom, nevím. I'm just asking to show us maybe that, because we are using 5 colors here, so to see that what does it mean, what are those 5 colors?
About the colors, okay, about the colors, it's really not necessary to use 5. You can use 3 or 4 or 7. See this Skinner blend, this one, it's more colors. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe. The number is not important. I think just 2 or 3 is not enough. You want to get more colors here, so it's interesting. It has some, you know, it's juicy. It's more colors. And if you were asking how I make Skinner blend, that's your question. How I prepare Skinner blend. Okay, so imagine these are 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, and what I do is to prepare rectangles like this. Cut it, and then I cut it like this. Oh no, sorry, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have cut this piece. And you put this the side smaller triangles on top of the bigger middle one. Okay, again, you will see that. So like this, and like this, and then I put the smaller side triangles on top of the. But really, there are many ways how to prepare a Skinner blend. This is a rather exact one, and I like to use it because I know what I will get in the end, you know, but it's really not necessary. You can Skinner blend as you wish. Now you take these pieces and put them together like this, and you just roll it with the roller and go through the pasta machine. This is really not, I'm sorry, I didn't have that step ready, but I really thought that the Skinner blend, everybody knows how to Skinner blend, and everybody has their own way how to Skinner blend, and it's not important, so you do it the same technique as me, really. I hope this was, yeah.
Very okay. It's very okay. It's nice just to see that.
Okay.
Another way. Do you still
so now
have questions? Anybody?
Dam stop recording.
We can stop.
I have one. What about making